What's good, you guys? Welcome back to Show That Shit, a new video here. So today, as you can see, I want to show them a bunch of baking supplies. So essentially, a little backstory: I've been selling cookies and basically treats now at school, and like sometimes food, sometimes burritos, for a little bit now. And so I'm just gonna take you along on this week. This week at my school, I am selling double chocolate chip cookies, and I'm also selling snickerdoodle cookies. Yes. Usually, I make my dough like from scratch, but since I basically tried baking them with this cake mix, and they come out really good. So I use them. There's good deals on them for pricing and whatnot, and it tastes really good. So for these, for the double chocolate chip and snickerdoodles, I usually just use a cake mixes. It's easier and it tastes very good. So yeah, that's basically it. This is what I'm using: just chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, then the devil's food. That's for the double chocolate chip, and then for the snickerdoodles, I use the yellow cake mix, and I use Pillsbury, by the way. And then I just use sugar and cinnamon to make them. And I'll show you guys how I make them. I'm making 4 batches today, by the way, so around 40 cookies. How I do it, which come out the best: I use 2 eggs, and then I use a third cup of oil. I use light olive oil, I believe, taste my oil. So basically, yeah, let's do it. And by the way, I usually use gloves, but I don't have any right now. I need to buy some. I actually saw some at Harbor Freight today, but I didn't buy them. Insufficient funds right now, but it's okay. So it can smoothly come out and there's no issues. So I just dump it in. Of course, my bowls and whatnot are all clean. So, and of course my hands are too. So dump that in. Then I crack my eggs. And I know a lot of people crack their eggs straight into like the dough or straight into their flour and whatnot, their dry mix. But I do it in here because you never know. A shell can go in there and it'll be way harder to take it out. We're just gonna whisk them. 2 eggs per batch. All right, so now I'm gonna pour it in. I don't whisk it too much, just just so they're in there. Pour it in. Just so I can get every bit of the egg out. We don't want to waste any eggs. Eggs are expensive now these days. Boom. And then for my oil, I do a third cup of oil. And then basically, I do that for the snickerdoodle and the double chocolate chip cookies. And it's just rinse and repeat basically for each one. And then I know a lot of people use mechanical mixers and whatnot, but I tend to do it like this because I think they come out better. I feel like they're just more soft and it's less messy. At least for me, because I just have like the hand one, like you use your hand, not the one where you put in like the big bowl. So that's that. In that case, I guess it would be better, but in my situation, I just like to do it by hand, and it won't overmix it. So I just keep mixing, basically just folding it over until it gets into the dough. So it's basically done now. There's obviously still a bunch on the side walls, but those will come off when I actually like scoop them into the balls. So once that is done, then I do half a cup of my chocolate chips into the dough batter, cake mix essentially. I get my supplies most of the time from Walmart, but the cake mixes I get at Stater Brothers because they're 3 for $5. Great deal actually, and they don't tax you, which is kind of weird, but it stays at $5, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, got that. Let's do half a cup. I know a lot of people do a full cup, cup and a half, but I just do half a cup because I put a lot of chocolate chips on the top as well, like before I bake them. So yeah. So now I'm just gonna mix it, and then they're gonna be ready. So I'm basically gonna do this one more time with the other double chocolate chip batter, and then they'll be ready. And then I'll show you guys right now what it looks like to do the snickerdoodles. So they're basically done now. You can check on that. Basically done. That's basically how it looks. So I'm just gonna cover that with a napkin, and then do the other three right now. I'll show you the snickerdoodle. But the reason I cover it with a napkin, I don't put it to chill right away, is because I like them to chill the same. Just I don't have one that's for longer and whatnot. That's basically what I do. Just for my sake, I guess. So now we're gonna do the I'm gonna wash my hands and we'll do the snickerdoodles. Gotta clean up as we go. That is what my fond mother taught me. Gotta clean up as you go, because if not, you're gonna end up with a huge mess at the end. So might as well just clean up. All right, so now we're gonna do snickerdoodles. So I just use yellow cake mix, Pillsbury, like I said. And it's basically the same. I just do the cake mix with 2 eggs and then a third cup of oil. And yeah, they come out great. This is actually one of my favorite, or my most liked cookie, I guess, because, well, it is, at least from what I got from my last story, because I have an account for my cookies. It's called G's Cookie Lab, and on Instagram, and whatchamacallit. And I did a vote onto what cookies they would like, and they said double chocolate chip. So I can't do those, but I like to do multiple cookies per week, just so it's not one, or like per day, I guess. And I just decided to do these because they're really tasty too. Whisk. And the reason I didn't preheat the oven is because I usually let my cookies chill for at least an hour. And I just leave them in the bowls while I let them chill, because, like I said, I come back within an hour and then I prep them to the balls, and I cook them. But say, for example, I was gonna like leave them for days or like overnight or not to cook them on like a whole separate day. Then I would basically make them into the balls, put them in a big Ziploc bag and vacuum seal them, so that they're just good to have for the other day, because yeah, it's just better that way. Cookies are always better when you chill them, because it lets the taste set in and the texture to be better overall when they come out finished out of the oven. But like I said, so I'm not doing that. Since I'm come back within an hour, I just let them chill inside the bowl. So now I just do the same thing. After I put the 2 eggs in the third cup of oil, just mix, fold, and mix. And so with these, I don't put any chocolate chips. Just over that, before, as I make them into the dough balls, I do a cinnamon sugar mixture, and then I just like roll them into that mixture, and then they're just basically covered in cinnamon sugar, and then I bake them like that. Yet for the double chocolate chip, before I put them in, obviously I put them in the balls, and then I put, I don't know, usually like 5 or 6, sometimes 7, chocolate, just chocolate chips, chocolate chips on top, just so it's better, presentable. And then usually I've been doing I do sprinkles, but I'm not gonna do sprinkles this time because I don't think I have enough. And then just try something different. And yeah, usually all the cookies that I make, before even making them, they're all sold out. If that makes sense. They're all pre-ordered. So usually I have around 50 cookies pre-ordered already before I actually make them. So it's actually really cool. I didn't start off like that, but I grew my account. I'm already at 200 followers, around 200 followers right now. But yeah, basically. So yeah, if you guys can go follow me, I'd really appreciate it. It's G's Cookie Lab on Instagram. And yeah. But this week, because it's after spring break, I've only gone around like 20 pre-orders so far. So, but I still make extra because I know a lot of people like to buy on the spot. So, but basically, you guys, as you guys can see, I personally like plastic bowls better because they tend to not leave so much on the edges, which is weird. But that's basically it. So now I'm gonna do the same for the double chocolate chip and the snickerdoodle one more time. Since I'm only making around 40 cookies, since each batch usually makes around 10, and then I'll show you guys when I put them to chip. All right, so they're all done. 2 batches, which is about 20 to 22 cookies of the double chocolate chip, and then 2 batches of the snickerdoodle, which will be around 20 to 22 of the snickerdoodle. So now we're gonna chill them, so you can come around here. I really just put them in the freezer. That's really all I do. Sometimes it's hard to fit them all in here. You can come close. I usually 2 at the top. Well, usually, I'm doing 5 batches at a time, so 50 cookies, but I'm only doing 40, so it should be easier. A little easier. And I let these chill for, like I said, an hour, a little longer, usually. So, yeah. So those are just gonna be in there for around an hour or so. And yeah. And right now, I usually, when they're chilling, I'm on my phone or I go work out or, anything. But since it's Sunday, I'm going to school tomorrow. The first day back from spring break, I'm actually getting my haircut from my dad. So hopefully he gets me right. If not, I don't know. But when I come back and I actually like form the balls and whatnot, I'll have a different cut. So hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's better than I do now. But that's it. So, what you think? You think he did me right or what? I don't know. Put in the comments. I think he did me right. All right. So they're done chilling. Basically, they've been there for an hour, so they're good now. I'm leaving the other ones in there because they can be in there. They're not hard or anything. So I use parchment paper because for me, I feel like it cooks better and like it cooks more thoroughly. And yeah. And to be honest, I only do 2 trays at a time because I have bad experience putting like baking on the bottom rack of the oven. So I just do 2. I just do 2 on the top because this works better for me. Get that. Not too bad. That won't be good. That's fine. So I thought, así quedó. So boom. And like I said, I don't have gloves, so tengo que hacer. Got these gloves because I don't want to be unsanitary. You know what I mean? So basically, I just do that for each one. And I know each one makes 10, so I just make the right amount per one. And then it'll make 10. You know what I mean? So I know that one's too small. And I just do that 10 times, sometimes 11, sometimes 12. But most of the time it makes 10, so I do that 10, 11 times. And then I'm going to put my chocolate chips on top, and I'll show you guys that. And then basically it. I do that. And I'll show you what I do for the snickerdoodles because I put those in cinnamon sugar. So after I roll them. So yeah. I really need to get gloves. I'm not gonna lie, with the bag was too hard. It was too hard. So I'm gonna use my hands. They're very clean. But nonetheless, I do this so that I can texture them. so that when they come out, they're more textured, they're more crumply, they're more like more soft, I guess. It just gives the the cookie a more dimension, I guess. And yeah. So after that, then I do my chocolate chips. So like I said, I usually do like 5 or 6 for one. I do them upside down because it's a little different. I think it just looks better sometimes, honestly. Sometimes I do them in a circle, a straight line, because they're spread out. So I don't think it matters too much as long as they're on there. And that's basically it. I'll show you guys when I do the snickerdoodle ones. Where's the end? It's backward, you guys. This one. It's basically it's just the app that goes with this. See, it connected, it turned on. So after I do that, I would adjust whatever I need to. And I'm actually gonna change the font, so I'm gonna do font, and then I'll just choose which one should I do. That's what I'm gonna do. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure everything's good in center, right? I'm just gonna print. And I'm gonna put actually I'll do 20 20 22, and then I just put print, and it starts printing from here. And I have done like actual circled ones with like color and whatnot. Oh, there's a jam. Let's see. See, it says right there that there might be not enough for a paper jam. This is my first time actually happening to me, so I don't know what happened. Oh, I ran out. Wow. I ran out. See, since I ran out, that's what came out. And basically, I would do that for the snickerdoodles. But I don't have more paper, but I have these, which are basically circles, and I can just write, which I'll probably just write thank you, to be honest. But I have these small ones that I could just put thank you and put them on there. So back up, but you can see some of the other ones that I've done. This is classic chocolate chip that I done for that one. And then this is, what is this? Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Those are the previous ones that I just made. What else? This one doesn't have no name. I just put little hearts. And this one's M&M. These are all flavors that I've done and the logos and labels that I have. So yeah, but since I ran out, I'll just use that for some, and I'll use these for the rest. And I have plenty of rolls of that. So, but the oven's ready, so I will put them in now. Like I said, oven's at 350 for around 10, anywhere between 10 and 13 minutes. I like them to be the slightest bit mushy, not really mushy, but more just soft, I guess. So I'm gonna put them in, you guys. And I just let them chill in there, or cook. I do a base of 10 usually. Just to start, and then I'll check in on them. And then I buy these off of Amazon. It's like, I think it's like $7, and it has 350 of them. Yeah, if you guys can see that. And they're basically just clear bags. I've already gone through half of them, but basically what you do is that they're just clear. So all you do is you peel this tab right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. You just peel it off, you fold your thing over, and then you just do it like that. So it's a clear bag, and I'll show you your cookie. And that's what I do. I package them myself, and I just do that, and at the end I put the stickers on top. So, yeah. And you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? It really help us. We're trying to get at least 1K by the end of the year. We're at like 70 followers right now, I believe, or subscribers. So, I mean, I think we can do it. Why not? For fun, and we want to grow this channel. So, yeah, please. So, look, it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to check them. My dandy knife. I really just go in the middle. A ver qué tal. Perfecto. I like it where it's a little, like, even that maybe even overdone, but I like it where it's a little, where there's still like a little, like, chocolate inside, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to take them out. And pues, ahí está. What do you guys think? So now, I'm going to do the other chocolate chips, and then, yeah. And if you guys want to see, so I'm not gonna lie, right away I put them on my cutting board to let them cool. I know a lot of people put them on racks, which I should probably invest in because, I mean, thankfully I do have a lot of cutting boards, so I just put them on here. But yeah, I do this because I like to get right on with the next batch because I leave the oven on the whole time. Because when I bake my cookies, I do them right after the other. So one batch goes in, right when it goes out, another one goes in, right? So obviously don't want the cookies to be just, I don't want the oven to be on right for too long. So now I'm gonna use the exact same parchment paper, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the other batch of double chocolate chip, and I'll show you when I put them in. Okay, well, yeah, Gucci. So we put them in. Same thing, 350 for 10 minutes. Yeah, está. All right, guys. So go ahead, cameraman. You can zoom in on the cookies. That's how they came out. And so now I'm washing the dish because, like I said in the beginning of the video, you gotta clean as you go. Because if you don't clean as you go, then you're gonna end off your baking session with a bunch of dirty pans inside the, what do you call it? The sink. So you gotta wash your dishes, you guys. It's very important. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna coat our balls with. We're gonna coat our dough balls with cinnamon sugar. So we're just gonna throw them in there, like so. I'm most likely gonna have to make another like mixture, but just like that. Yo creo que ya están. Pues vamos a chequearlos para ver qué echó, como se dice mi papá. Y sí. Sí, un poquito más. Unos, like one more minute, you guys. I think. No, I know. So we'll come back in a minute or so. Ahí está. Pues es todo, mi gente. Yo no sé, la verdad, yo no sé qué pasó con los otros videos, pero ahí está. I just finished making them, and that's basically it. I really just packaged them after that, and then sent them to school. Alright, you guys, so here's all the moolah. Looks good. Yeah, so basically I made just some change. All in all, made $95 today with some change, but technically, I made $60. But yeah, so it's just a day in life, all day. And they were literally all pre-ordered, except actually a few weren't because not as many people wanted them at the spring break. But back to we still sold all of them before lunch, I think, or at lunch is when I finished. So there's you guys. A knife of a little cookie seller, and that's the end of the video. So I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao, ciao. Nos vemos.